Hello YouTube and welcome back to Friday Minis. Today, let's talk noise reduction. In particular, today I'm going to talk about two post-processing strategies for noise reduction. We're going to try and understand how each different method works and compare them against each other to see, when you want to use one and when you want to use the other. So alright, let's begin. Today we're going to take a look at a noise gate versus a noise filter. So let's start with the former. Here's how a noise gate works. Now, the way a noise gate actually works is very simple. You give it a threshold. So what you're trying to tell this particular program is the fact that anything under this threshold, it's basically a volume level, say -20 dB. Anything below this is treated as noise. So what this means is whatever clean audio should be louder than -20 decibels. So what a noise gate will do is it will look at a stream of incoming audio. If that audio is actually less than -20 decibels of whatever the threshold is set to, it will actually cut out that sound altogether. However, if the input audio is louder than that, it is let through as it is. And that's why it's called a gate. It's kind of like a physical gate that only opens up for some stuff and closes for others. This of course works on the supposition that noise is very soft and the main signal that you want to keep is very loud, which to be fair is the case most of the time. Of course, you can see why this is a problem. When there is a loud enough signal, the entire thing is let through. But if the noise is a constant one, then the noise will be let through at that time as well. This might be less of a problem if we can rely on the fact that the main signal itself will drown out the noise. Alright, let's move on to noise filtering. Now, noise filtering is a lot more complicated. It needs to first look at noise to determine, what's the nature of that noise. In particular, the program wants to know what frequency the noise rests at. And then, in order to remove the noise, what it's going to have to do is, across the board, it's going to either remove or reduce that particular frequency. So, between a noise gate and a noise filter, which should you use? Now, in fact, the application of each one of these technologies are very different. A noise gate is often used in a live performance kind of situation. The way a noise gate is implemented allows it to do that, seeing as that with an input stream of audio, it just needs to keep watching it. At any time when the level goes above the threshold, it opens up. Otherwise, it's closed and no audio comes out. This very simple kind of implementation is the reason why it can be used live. A noise filter, on the other hand, is more computationally expensive and as a result, may not be the best kind of live plugin to be using. For one, all the filtering it needs to do might be more computationally expensive, and more importantly, it needs to first sample the noise. And seeing as that in a live situation, the noise might not always stay constant, there's no easy way for it to keep up with the noise removal. As such, noise filtering is something that is done normally after a recording is done. That way you can easily pick out a piece of noise that is representative of the entire recording's worth of noise and then perform the filtering from there. Well, that's pretty much it for this episode of Friday Minis. As always, don't forget to like, comment, favorite, subscribe and follow me on Twitter. You're watching 0612 TV.